Hello, and welcome to Zelda Speedruns for the 14th qualifier in the Link to the Past Cross Keys tournament. Booth, we have Walter 4 and Elaine, and let's see what their introduction here is.
Yeah, welcome everyone. Another Cross Keys qualifier. This is the was supposed to be the last one, but we have added 2 more qualifiers to the schedule, so we will have one tomorrow and one on Monday as well. And yeah, as mentioned, with me is Elaine. How are you doing, dude?
Dude, I'm doing very good right now. I'm really excited to be commentating this, especially with you. I've been looking forward to this all week, and yeah, as well, we have like 2 very good runners tonight. We have Lin here on the left side, and Dante on the right side, so that's gonna be very good. So, what do you expect of like the 2 players? Do we see like similar routing? Is it like gonna be all over the place? Any thoughts on that?
It's gonna be interesting. I know Lin plays a lot of entrance. I've never seen Dante play it, so I don't really know what to expect there. But yeah, it's gonna. So I'm expecting a little bit more of a standard-ish starting for Lin, if you could even call something standard in entrance. And Dante, I'm not sure. It's gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely prefer Lin's file name choice here. Not so much
I wonder
Dante's.
why.
But I have to say, I kind of don't like the sprite he has, so I'm going for the pug.
Yeah, I've never seen that. Is that the Princess Peach sprite? Then
No, that's the girl from Secret of Mana. I don't even know what her like official name is.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, yeah, I can see that. The race should start up really soon. There's a slight delay. People still readying up.
So this is qualifier number 14, right? How do both of these guys stand? Can you hit me up with some like information on that?
I can't. At the moment, Lin is at 32, the top 32.
All right, that's pretty good.
With an average score of 889 points in 3 races.
Okay, whatever that means. Okay.
Yeah. And Dante is let's see.
Oh, that doesn't sound good if you're looking for him so long.
No, I'm just trying to do multiple things at the same time. He's at 46 at the moment.
That's also not
kind of in the. Yeah, it's kind of in the middle of the pack at the moment with an average score of 836. So they're pretty close to each other.
Yeah, so as I hope we are getting like a very close race.
Okay, so the race should be starting any second now. But yeah, during the qualifiers, we've been trying to put people who we think are pretty close to each other, just to make things entertaining and interesting to watch, you know.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you don't want to have like seed number 2 run against like seed 80. That's not fun to watch and not fun for both of them to be like on restream, I guess. But yeah, this should be fine.
Yeah, it looks like both are starting at Link's house, and we'll see if we see any divergences right away, which we do.
Yeah, so Lin's deciding to go south while Dante does the more, I would say, open mode route, carrying that shield towards Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, so what Lin is doing right now is what is kind of I won't call it the standard route, but it's more of like the meta route at the moment. Just starting with a fake flipper over to the witch hut, so you get to check that entrance, and then you can do a hula hand while checking that drop down spot where the fairy normally is. The vast majority of all the drop down spots will have items as well, so you get both money and items early on. And money is good, so you can buy bombs and buy items from the bottle vendor in Kakariko later on. And we see Dante just finding laser bridge right away, which is always fun to do when you have 0 equipment, green mail, and free hearts.
Yeah, everyone's favorite. Meanwhile, Linlin found a connector cave in the witch hut, so we'll see where that goes later on. And it looks like the drop down next to the witch hut is the Anka drop down.
Yeah, so it's nice 2 items you can cash in on right away.
And some magic as well. That's also pretty nice early on. Well, it gets the ice
there's
right
even something to use the magic with as well.
I think there was nothing really of interest on Laser Bridge, so...
Yeah, not really. He got some money at least, so he won't miss the money from not doing the hula hand at least. Yeah, the main reason you want to have money early on is because there's no really reliable way of getting it early on except for doing the hula hand, and it can be hard getting bombs too. But there's a lot of shops that you can find.
And we have Vanilla Sank. So this is kind of awkward to see, in my opinion, if you run entrance.
I mean, it's definitely not the worst place to have it, that's for sure. And with I think there's 8 entrances where you can drop down to. Yeah, so
I think it's 7.
I'm pretty sure it's 8.
All right. That's a lot.
Yeah, but there's not too many that you definitely get them vanilla every now and then.
Oh no, Lindlin losing the one-on-one against that blue guard right now.
Well, good thing the drop down or the tree pool was so magic. He got some magic back, so he could get his revenge. Missed that shot though, so he just skips it instead.
Yeah, but both of these guys doing what the other guy did before. And now Dante's gonna show us some new stuff, I think. Heading up to the lumberjack, it seems like.
Yeah. Don't really have a convenient way of just routing this in. Nor it would be nice if you have a glove when you do this, but it's like it's so rare that you get a super early glove. So used to doing this before Kakariko kind of makes sense, seeing where Sanctuary was.
Yeah, from my experience, I would say like once you've visited all locations, you get gloves super late, and then you have to revisit every corner of the map again.
Yeah, like
also, it looks like the Aga dropdown is the Kakariko well, so that's not what you want to see.
Yeah, it's good news for everyone who wants to see Aga 1 today. It's not guaranteed Aga 1 is required, but it's that's about as guaranteed as it can get without having Gen in there.
Oh, also, if you guys have never seen Entrance, there's a lot of fairies in this game. You will see fairies left and right in this. Big key to Ice Palace, alright. Not really the most useful key, but still nice to have once you find Ice Palace, I would say.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
And we have Ganon in the Lost Woods as the drop down.
Oh, and not even the Ice Rod works against these beetles. Liliman does have the bombs though. We can actually stun them with bombs or just push them down into the pits with them. We get our first trip into Kakariko from Dante now. And whoa, Paradox Cave right away.
Yeah, and he still has enough bombs to check the stuff down here and hit the switch upstairs, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, you could even go to the shop, which is downstairs here, if he wants to fill up to 10 bombs. Or you can just get a 10 bomb drop, that works too.
Also finds a GT small key, so Lin having kind of a rough time here.
Yeah, he's basically at the end of the very last dungeon before Gans Tower with like 0 equipment right now, so... Ooh, early hammer, okay.
Yeah, there was a bunch of things in Paradox Cave. We had a bottle, we had powder, and the hammer. We're gonna see what this entrance is, I guess. Oh, maybe not. Oh wait, that was the one that we entered, right?
I think so, yeah.
Alright, then we get to see this one.
But unfortunately you can't get back anymore. Almost saving it there. But then realized, yeah, there's some entrances we can check here real quick. Had to be a little bit careful jumping down there, because if he took a hit from the cactus, he would have been dead.
Yeah, to be honest, that's like one of the worst parts about entrance is when you check like a connector of some sort, and then you get thrown out of like Bonk Rocks or Rock or something, or like GT even, and you sit there like, oh man, that's not what I wanted. I just wanted to check what this entrance is.
Yeah, especially this early on when you have there's so many possibilities that can just not make you be able to make the return trip again. So yeah, usually a lot of people tend to try and when they're in an item or entrance dense area, like Kakariko for example, just try and like skip the connectors until they know what all the entrances are. But sometimes just checking the connector right away can certainly pay off as well.
So I'm not sure what dark room Dante's in, but I would guess it's the Old Man Cave. Otherwise, I would be kind of confused.
But it's hard to tell, yeah, but...
Yeah, we just see an occasional hammer in the middle of the screen, so it's really hard for us.
Yeah, but it does kind of look like the Old Man Cave.
At least he's outside.
End up on Death Mountain then. Yeah.
Yes.
Half a heart, Death Mountain, no problems. There's nothing up here that can hurt you. Oh, except dead rocks and falling rocks.
Alright, there's another fairy.
Yeah. That's the best part of finding random fairies. You can get some clutch heals every now and then.
Oh, we also see what the Waterfall Fairy bottle price is today. Ah,
He just gets to be back. Ooh, but he also gets the hook shot, so... Okay. Dante shaking some early connectors is kind of paying off here.
yeah, I think there's like different mentalities when playing entrance in general. Like some people like to check connectors very early, others don't. They will do like everything else first.
I think I usually fall in between that.
Yeah, same to be honest.
It makes it easier to like justify it if you have a starting point. Like if Sanctuary is in Kakariko, then it's such a quick save and quick to get back there. But when you have longer to walk, it's kind of a little bit more of a risk to check those connectors.
So let's see where Lin decides to go now. Yeah, he's going back to CAC. Alright.
Looks like he's gonna wait with that adventure for now. So yeah, whatever is in this Minimoldrum cave is something that Dante could have had before heading up to Death Mountain here. So if that's something significantly like say, a mirror or something. Can make a pretty big difference. Oh, and we have the old man's house up here in Death Mountain as well. Cool.
Oh, fire rod and flippers. And some keys. Harabiki
Yeah,
and
that
Keystone
was-
Smoky.
That was a pretty good cave.
And I hope I can remember where all the stuff is like 2 hours in. Alright, Dante exploring East Death Mountain while Linlin's looking confused at the chest, getting his cane off burner here.
It probably took some notes, I would imagine.
We have Green Pen and Skywoods, I think.
So both our runners finding out where Ganon is. Oh, that's unfortunate death for Dante. But yeah, Lin could just jump down here since they didn't have to worry about where Ganon is anymore.
I mean, it's not too bad for Dante. He can just start at the old man cave and like.
Oh yeah, you're
He can
right.
go
That's something you usually could do. This is gonna check the back entrance though and see where that leads to. Well, we have the sick kid in Kakariko giving us a Skullwoods key.
And Lilin also getting that first Agatower small key, which leads us to the Kakariko well, if we find Agatower at some point. Looks like we're in the Maya area here. It's an arrow game in the East Maya shed. Oh, and that's Kingstone, I think.
Yeah, so nothing we can do right now, but it's so nice to have some easy access over there later on.
Well, we might actually have vanilla magic bat here, I think.
Yeah.
Ah, alright. That's a pretty good find, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that means we haven't seen Magic Bat yet, right? So it's gonna be in the pyramid dropdown.
Yeah, think so.
Oh, we saw Lumberjack. It was in the Kakariko well.
Was the ferry drop down at Hyrule Castle?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, the magic bat is in the pyramid. So that early powder not meaning much then. Or well, there's nothing we can check early with it at least. So we're finding Skullwoods here in the in Kakariko as well. Back entrance. There's can't really
I like that bunny sprite though.
Oh, okay, it was a barrel. I was like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, there's barrels in Secret of Mana, which you can hide in, and then enemies won't aggro you or something.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot exactly how they work, but it's in the game. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, Lin is leaving because we don't have a sword yet, so we can't really get to Mafiola even if we wanted to, and even if we did, going back there with free heart scream mail that's not the most fun thing ever.
Smith's also pretty close to vanilla, so that's also very nice.
We get our first hint of the game, say bottle in Mr. Meyer, so not a super useful one.
Yeah, wherever Misery Maya is, right? that's Graveyard Ledge. So let's see what that is.
Looks like Dante is not remembering that he needs a
That he
sword.
needs a sword.
Yeah.
He'll find out in a second, though.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit awkward, but we'll find out soon enough. Unless he picked up a sword without us noticing it. Okay, I think that looked like an intentional death.
Well, we have Eastern and Desert are the 5-6 crystals here. Which the bomb shop guy tells us that's hiding in the library tonight. That was T-Rock Big Chest entrance. And more fairies, of course. But yeah, so far not much going on, I would say. Dante possibly has an advantage following that Paradox Cave connector. See if Lindon decides to do the same or not.
Well, looks like Linlin is gonna go for a bomb jump here in order to check. Well, you can check 2 chests in here right now. Only one of which would actually be in logic. He's picking up some magic here, so we can use the fire rod to kill the pokey. Easy peasy, so he doesn't have to use the hammer.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say almost everything in here right now is gonna basically one-shot them.
And he can also check that other entrance on the left side there, if he decides to do that. Man, this berry gets me every time. Oh no, that was so unfortunate. Oh no. I hate when that happens. So
yeah.
His buddy sprite ran out the second he went into that door, so that's why he got hit by the laser eye, because if you lose Bunny, you will stay still for a while, and yeah, not the nicest feel. I think everyone has been in that position.
Now this is interesting. Do you have access to the to a couple of chests in here? And Dante is saying he's just gonna go for it right away. We did get the big key, so that opens up one more chest, but we don't have a glove yet, so we cannot beat the dungeon. Unless we're lucky enough to find one in here.
You can get a lot of stuff in here though.
Yeah, I can get about almost a little bit more than half of the dungeon items, or well, the items in here. But it's just it's so early. It's kind of interesting to see him just dive in for it right away.
Yeah, I like it personally. I'm a fan of Ice Palace, and I always hate on people who avoid it for no reason. Maybe it's a bit too early, but I'm still a fan of that.
Yeah, I think avoiding it right now is probably not for no reason, but yeah, I can see the feel obvious going in here right away as well.
So we got a hint that Eastern Palace leads to Haru Castle, so that's also open now, I guess. Can also check the other entrance here, which leads to the Swarm Palace entrance.
Yo, we have Darkworld access, cool. Not that we can do much.
Cool, we get a look at Sausha. I think we have not seen very much yet. Oh, that's Mizumaya, where a bottle is hiding, I think, right?
Yeah. We could get well, not Linden, because he doesn't have the the hookshot yet, but Dante could actually go in there and get 6 items as of this moment, because they have the fire source as well. Only a heart piece in the big chest. We have 2 more chests in nice piles open for us. It looked like Lennon got a little bit surprised there jumping into the water. Looked like they were just gonna check what was on the island and maybe forgot that they had the flippers.
I think that's every T-Rogue entrance now.
Yeah, it is, which is pretty crazy.
And Lilin heading over to the eastern area where Dante just got that hint that there's the Hyrule Castle entrance, so...
Yeah, a couple of easy items getting there, and then also connects to 2 more entrances. So that's gonna be a pretty good find for Lennon.
There's that right side? Oh man, there's a lot of stuff going on in that Eastern Palace area.
Yeah. Dante taking a Death Orb didn't really find much of value in
Ice Palace,
Ice
yeah.
Palace. We got a small key to pot, but that's about it.
Alright, see what we get here in Hyrule Castle. While Dante's checking the rest of Kakariko, which Lin already did. Ooh, that's a good
Okay, well, that's interesting. With our knowledge of where all of the entrances are in Tartarok, we can pretty much get everything in there now except for the big chest and Trinex. And if we get the big key, we can even clear that out as well.
Yeah, that's true. When I like that we're not like stealing this key right now. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, that's something that's been up in discussion back and forth during the qualifiers. There's definitely been a couple of qualifiers that would have paid off big time if you did steal the key. But seeing where the Sanctuary is this time around, I definitely agree on not stealing it.
But yeah, also taking a Death Warp here, I'm expecting to... Okay, we don't check the other entrances. Alright. Maybe he's gonna come back after he checked that, like, south entrance. Where the war portal is, the number 5 portal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like it's an interesting decision. It's like super hard when you have so many connectors next to each other, and it takes quite a while to get back there because they're so easy that you just accidentally leave something good no matter what you do.
That was a good decision, though.
Mm-hmm. Except Hype Cave being just doing what Hype Cave usually does.
Yeah. Alright, where did we go, Lin, then?
Ooh, and Dante taking a death there in the change rock room. I don't think there was anything important there, so if he decides to skip that now, he won't really get punished by it. But it looks like he is going back, but he might just be checking the connector instead.
Yeah, meanwhile, Linlin is gonna explore this dungeon from the front, so we get to see the 3 chests down here.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. You got a cane and fire rods already. Might as well see what it leads to.
Right. Let's see if he remembers, because he does not have the hookshot to go the bottom way on that other room, which
That's
everyone always forgets.
Yeah, that's so easy to just forget that. It's so common that you just okay, you remembered.
He stopped there for a second. I saw that, Linlin. That was pretty good. And Dante fighting for his life here in this change shop room. I like it. Alright, let's see what we get here on the right side. Yikes, nothing good.
Yeah, Turtle has not been paying off very much so far. And we checked most of the chests already.
I think we still have 1 chest left that we can check before we need the
Yeah.
cookie, so...
If you go backwards from Laser Bridge.
Yes.
So yeah, definitely looks like Linden is just prioritizing guaranteed items at the moment. That would not really paying off, but we do have the money to actually go Shixor right now and get the ledge item as well, since we have the flippers, and also check that entrance. So, wouldn't be surprised to see Linden just head up there.
Alright, Dante, where are you going?
Yeah, I'm gonna go for some bunny adventures here.
Oh no, Lin. Ooh, that's GT. Where was that? Is that Link's house?
Yeah, the bomb shop guy.
Alright.
So if we take a death orb here,
We can
actually get a lot of items. Could go all the way to ice armors.
Yeah, but he does not have the red cane, so he cannot check the right side, which Linlin could do if he decides to check that.
Mm-hmm.
But
Now, all of these items would be out of logic, which doesn't really matter too much. They're going to be in logic as soon as we have Moon Pearl. And a way to get up to the mountain, I guess.
Alright, Linlin checking that connector, doesn't really want to do anything there yet, which is totally fine. Gonna check that hookshot cave as well. Sadly does not have the hookshot that Dante sequence broke up on the mountain.
Ooh, okay, that's a nice find for Dante. Getting the first glove here. Big key for Eastern as well.
Yeah, that's also a pretty good find.
Wow, okay, getting half magic, which is actually pretty great right now for Dante, because now they can use the Burna strats for ice armors without even having to break a sweat. Definitely more something you like to do instead of going for hammer strats with 2 hearts.
Yep. I just have to agree on that. So it seems like Linlin is gonna check out that left entrance in Hyrule Castle. Oh, no, never mind. I forgot about that Zora area. That crab does not want to leave him. Oh man.
Okay, so Dante doing a bomb jump here. Let's see if he can. Okay, yeah, he managed to hookshot that beetle, but
no.
missed the bomb jump instead.
Well, he does not have enough hearts to do that again, so what do we do now?
Yeah, that's a good question. He could, I guess.
Oh, is he doing the vanilla way? I love that. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he does have the powder, so if he just makes this, he's gonna get his health back. Now Dante goes for the Burna. Extremely effective against the balls. Just kind of sucks them in, and you just get so many hits in. Especially when you have half magic, there's definitely nothing to fear.
Compass, piece of heart, and another compass for all that trouble. Man, that's not what you want to see after you had that adventure going on, I would say.
Yeah, but I mean, overall, you should probably be happy still. Just that glove alone.
Yeah, that was totally
made
worth
that
it.
entire adventure worth it. Gotta take out that 4-pair against the spikes in order to get back out to the entrance, and I believe Lin found the connector up to Death Mountain here as well. Need to throw the block away, dude. Otherwise, you can't go through the entrance.
Throw it away, Lin.
Okay, there we go. Except the block was now in the way.
Oh no! Does he think he can pass it now?
Not sure. To be honest, I kind of missed when he went in here, but I think he went into the connector that leads up to Death Mountain.
Yeah, he did. It was the what is it? The one between desert and the dam. Oh, now he got it. All right, sweet.
So that's good news. It's gonna lead him to that hook shot.
Yeah, and he has way more knowledge than Dante has right now.
Yeah.
So he can use that hookshot to immediately go back to Hookshot Cave, which was at Vanilla, like the cave beside Ice Road Cave. But yeah, first off, he has to clear that Death Mountain side here. At this
Yeah.
point, I mean, you have to start wondering where's our moon pearl gonna be.
Yeah, that's an interesting question, actually. There's definitely things left in logic that we haven't done yet. Well, obviously, because otherwise we would have a moon pearl. Desert is one that comes to mind because you have 2 connectors there, and also one chest that you can just grab right away.
Yeah, we also never checked that connector from the witch hut, so that's also still open.
Yeah. And who knows, maybe one of those connectors just leads up to the top of Death Mountain somewhere, so the hookshot could totally be in logic as well.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
We don't know it yet.
It could put us out of Hera or something.
Mm-hmm.
And Dante's gonna check that one chest. Oh, but it's nothing.
PogChamp.
Yeah, not what you want to see.
Super good if he finds the bow, right?
Not if you have 30 already, Walter. It's not how this works. That's a lovely hint.
I kind of missed it, actually.
It said that the back of Skywoods leads to a connector, so... Yeah, I'm not sure.
Maybe he's gonna go out of Skullwoods now then. Aw, man. So close. Same world. So, Lennon is going over to East Death Mountain. Dante did take a death here before being able to check the last entrance. So that could totally be something as well.
Yeah, as Chad is mentioning, we saw a big key on Desert Torch, so I wonder what that is gonna be. Maybe it's like a Swamp Palace big key, which we don't even like really want, I guess.
Yo, Flame.
Yo.
Looks like you can't have more than 30 arrows. You lied to me.
You've played this game before, Walter, right?
Once or twice.
Alright.
But yes, so that's at least good news for Dante that didn't really skip anything important from that dev.
Alright, looks like Lillian's is done here on Death Mountain, so let's see where he goes. I would expect it's gonna be Hookshot Cave. At least that's where my first stop would be. But other than that, to be honest, I think you really only have that connector left from the Witcher, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, and Misery Maya, right. But that's still out of logic without the Death Mountain accessibility.
Right now, it is totally not in logic yet. My favorite way of like routing this game or this game mode is just assume everything is in logic.
Yeah.
Until you're like only have like 1 or 2 items left for go mode, and then you can start thinking about where those items could be. Because like even if Moon Pearl can't be in here, it's pretty likely we'll find like something we need.
Yeah, my problem with that is I will forget like what's in logic still and whatnot after like 2.5 hours. So I just do whatever I can do at this point. So yeah, let's see what we get here in Misery Maya, since we already saw Hyrule Castle. Although Dante can easily check the back of his cape with his gloves that he has.
Yeah, Lin also didn't check the what's it called, the dark sewer chest. Yeah, which they don't. It's not in logic as well, but they do have the fire rod, so you can use light up the torches, and they do have a couple of other means to navigate the dark.
Yeah. I mean, both of them probably played enough rando to be able to do the dark room, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Dante do that right now.
Yeah, looks like he is. In the meanwhile, we did see that promised bottle from Mr. Meyer. Had a fairy, and we also see a sword. That's pretty nice.
I think that might be the best item we've seen in the last 20 minutes. Apart from the gloves that Dante found.
Yeah, pretty much. Almost skipping that chest.
I was gonna ask where he's heading, but seems like we recovered.
Okay. We know where the potion shop is.
Yep. Only a map in that Suez chest, so...
Yeah, and Dante didn't really take much damage on the way over here, so... has to bomb himself to death.
Most exciting chest in the game.
Yeah, it's like you get this like super compelling cutscene and everything. It's like super cinematic. Ooh, okay.
Was that Hyrule Castle
left
side?
Before?
No, I think that's Hyrule Castle left side, right?
Yeah.
And that also gives us logic access to our hookshot.
Yeah, so everything that we can check with the hookshot, including Maya right here, is on logic. And whoa, there's blindside as well, so that's additional 5 items. Okay, this is starting to come together now.
That bottle number 4 that we found?
I believe it is, yeah.
But yeah, nothing really in blindside, so... So that flute is some useful information, I would say.
Ooh, big key for desert.
Maybe that would put Lin back to that eastern area.
Yeah. Yeah, the big key for this is just interesting. Means at any point, if Lin finds the back of desert now, we can just clear the boss out and grab that item and the crystal. Just gonna save and quit right away, finding Meyer, which is actually gonna turn out to be a good thing because there's nothing really that you can do right now.
I'm just surprised that he doesn't like check entrances and then decide if he wants to keep going or not.
Yeah, we see like a little bit of 2 different philosophical means of routing entrance. One of which is like go for stuff in logic, go for items, and the other one being like I'm gonna totally explore everything, just see where every entrance can put me through.
Yeah, we're seeing a modular kill now on Linden's side though, and the green pendant turn is like right next door, almost. So that's pretty good. Meanwhile, on the anti-side, we're going to see some gloves checks as well. Did he do back of his kick just now, or did I not?
I was just gonna ask that too, because I kind of looked away for a second from Dante's stream. But it feels like he should have done it at least.
Oh, we found Agate Tower.
Well, that could definitely be important, seeing what's in the lumberjack cave. Also, I have one key to Castle Tower already, so we can get both chests in here at the very least. Getting a mail upgrade, which is nice. We don't have far too many hearts yet, so every little bit helps.
So shoutouts to the Stay Hydrated bot, by the way. Ooh. Get a bow in Agatha, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Lin going for some fire rod shots here to begin with. See if they switch over to hammer or go for the fire sword here. Looks like the hammer. I guess the third option is use your bottle and go for fire rod again, but nicely done fight.
Yeah, that was a pretty good fight. It's rewarded with that green pendant. But yeah, that bow right now, that's like super sequence broken, I would say.
Yeah, like you need a moon pearl and the it's called the lamp in order to get it. But that also got the Eastern big key and has the Paul big key, so that bow is actually pretty interesting.
Oh man, only compasses. Only compasses here for Lin.
Because Lin is not going to be very happy if I can disconnect her.
Yep.
But having the right mindset now of like, let's see where some of these connectors go through.
Man, I would be so sad at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, it's rough when that happens.
Ooh, and Dante's actually gonna do the rest of Ice Palace here. I like that. Just finish up his unclean business, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Does have a blue cushion as well. And nice quick thinking there, just powdering that pawn that has bunny beam underneath it, so getting full health as well.
No, Lin, you were right there.
I mean, Hookshot Cave could have some answers for us.
Yeah, maybe that's where the other gloves are.
Yeah, it could be.
It would be pretty interesting, to be honest.
Dante going for the
The
ice
bomb.
jump here. Actually, seeing with all the items we have, we actually don't really need to do it. There's our Moon Pearl.
And that's one piece of the puzzle, I guess.
Yeah. But Lyndon is thinking right now, being like, wait, this hookshot is sequence broken. There's a lap as well, so now the bow is in logic too.
That's great. I'm enjoying this already, and it's only like 49 minutes in. That's...
But yeah, I guess that means that Lin should know that there's either a connector leading to the top of Death Mountain or the flute missing at the moment. And we're gonna see the last chest that we can get at the moment in Tart Rock.
Just has to be careful here in this room that he doesn't get hit twice by that firebar, which I think hits twice.
Yeah. This is equipping the hookshot in case that happens, to get some invulnerability for a moment. And we do see the fairy here as well, which in worst case scenario, I guess is actually just gonna He's gonna stay quiet. I was thinking maybe he was gonna let it go so he could take a death orb.
Yeah, but where would he go after?
Yeah, I guess
we
that's
checked everything.
a good point.
Alright, Dante almost full cleared Ice Palace at this point. Which is gonna be his first dungeon, right?
Yeah, it's not every day you have Ice Palace as your first dungeon. Has half magic, so that's gonna help a lot on this fight, but he's actually gonna go full hammer strat instead. And then change his mind to getting bodied and being like, oh, maybe Fire Rod is not too bad.
Alright, we see some new stuff here on Lilian's side though. That's also pretty exciting.
Fine Swamp
Palace.
can't really do anything except check the hint at the moment. And that hint, I guess not the most helpful one. But a crystal grab from Dante.
Yeah, and the bad boomerang, sadly.
I'm kinda like not really on any side on which boomerang is the best or not. But yeah, I tend to prefer the blue one over the red one. A little bit at least.
Yeah, Dante showing off his mobility here with the flute in hand. It still seems like Linlin has checked like way more entrances at this point.
Big key for Ganon's Tower. Okay.
That means upstairs is also clearable in a logic, right? With that bow from Aga Tower.
The first chests are in logic. I think you need 4 in order to actually kill Aga, in terms of the logic itself. But with 2 keys to Ganon's Tower, we could, if you use the keys correctly, just full clear everything from Lenin's side now, if we were to find it.
Oh no, more connectors, dude.
Okay, at least only one of them was the connector, so it doesn't have to choose.
Yes. Yeah, but so far out of like 5 entrances on East Dark Death Mountain, 4 are connectors, so that's pretty great. Oh, okay.
Alright. This puts us right next to Ganon's Tower.
No, no!
I can see the appeal for doing this though. You get to first get some guaranteed items, or well, you can't really go to Catfish, but you can go up to the pyramid and get that item. And since they have the hook shot, can you just like hook over to the main part of West Death Mountain or West Dark World, and then eventually loop all the way around. It's just a little bit unfortunate since we know some of the good things in Ganon's Tower there.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense. It's fine. This is not a bad play. Also, he doesn't really need the gloves right now, I would say. Because he still has a lot of stuff to check.
And I think did find Tower of Hera. I kind of missed actually where it was.
Oh, it's right next to the Ice Red Cave under that rock.
Oh, okay. What did that hint say?
It said the Eastern Palace big key is in GT, but Dante already has that, so that's not
okay,
really useful.
Big key, okay. I didn't see the big key part. I was like, I thought it said Eastern Palace was in Ganon's Tower. Like, that should not be possible, but the big key, yeah. That makes more sense.
Lilin checking out that pod area. Well, Dante's just like straight up clearing dungeons that he has access to.
Yeah. Something that would be pretty great for Linden at the moment would be like finding a mirror. Oh, okay, there's the mirror for Dante. Never mind. Well, I guess it's not gonna find that right now. Okay, so now we really want to go get those gloves then.
Yeah, maybe you can find some boots in here in Thieves Town. That might bring him back on pace. Because he's really missing a lot of mobility items right now. No flute, no mirror, no gloves. So that's all the stuff where you have to like revisit locations.
Yeah, you want to get those items which makes your routing and clearing just be as efficient as possible. And yeah, as you mentioned, missing a couple of those key items makes it a lot harder to just be as efficient as possible. Now Dante's gonna pick up the Moon Pearl as well, so that's one of the major items that Lin had over Dante. He's gonna be able to just head into the Dark World with the mirror and just like clear out stuff.
So Linlin finding that small key, which, I mean, it's not super out of the way, but Dante might take a while until he gets there, so...
Yeah, we used finding a dam away from being able to clear out Swamp Palace at this point, except for the big chest.
Dante getting his 2 garbage items out of the Super Bunny Cave. I believe there was nothing in here, so... Let's see what entrance the monkey opens today for us.
Oh, 100 rupees. It's not too much. Worst case scenario, but today you get Spike Fire, which no, Lennon, please don't.
Don't do it, no. This is also something I think everyone who plays like entrance has been in this position, right?
Yeah, it's super easy to forget. You're like, oh, I have the hammer, so it's fine. Oh, you can use the potion. Well, I guess that's fine.
Alright, he realized. Alright. I mean, this stuff just happens. I don't know.
Maybe this is just like the Galaxy Brain play of like accidentally going in there, so now he's gonna take the connector back to the Dark World again and just head the other way and just go to Gannis Tower instead.
I think he's checking the Witch Shard and also turning in that mushroom.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. So the potion shop was in that cave right before the eastern area, so maybe we're gonna see a return trip to the eastern area for Linden in the near future.
Also, the question, Chad, where was Gloves? Gloves were in GT, which is at that Dark World bomb shop, so where Link's house is in the Dark World.
Yep.
Lilith
was in the Stylefels room. Both. Basically, the only good things on left side was in Stylefels room, which was the gloves and the big key for Eastern.
Yep. Alright, we finally get to see what that entrance is. Oh, that's a good one.
Okay, so Dante back in the Dark World again. Actually has like legitimate Dark World access at this point, or ever since they found the Admin Pearl. Not heading back up for Gannis Tower quite yet.
Okay, so that's that entrance. That's like right next door, so that makes sense, I would say.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Back of Desert. does not have the big key yet, so cannot clear that out. Only Linden has that. I can't fully remember where it was actually.
He found it just recently, I believe, right?
It was a little while back, but
maybe it was in Maya actually.
Like, yeah, that could totally be it.
But yeah, Linden putting that big key to use here, checking that one chest at least. It's gonna see that big key on the torch.
Yeah, that big key on the torch is it's kind of a 50-50-ish if it's gonna be an impactful one or not. Could be like Feast on Mire, Turtrock. It could also be like Swamp House or Skullwoods.
So at this point, we know that Lin kind of needs to go to GT and then to Agatha, right? But where do we want Dante to go at this point?
Yeah, he has
He's
so
in pretty
much
good shape
stuff open
with
right now. Yeah, I think he plays he has done has definitely paid off for the majority of it. So Lin, if he decides to go back up to Hyrule Castle here, might be getting the flute at the very least, which is a nice mobility item to have. Or no, we're not gonna get that yet.
I just hope he's not going into ice right now, because that will put him way further back. But that's just how these entrance races are, I would personally say. Like, there's like 4 decisions you can make, and it's always gonna be the bad one that you choose.
Yeah, it's like super hard to not isolate stuff. So you're gonna just have to try and make the decisions, which will hopefully make you isolate as few things as possible.
Oh, hey.
But yeah.
No.
Okay. But yeah, with so many like different possibilities, you get a lot of like divergences in routing, and just a couple of minor changes in routing can make all the difference sometimes.
Where do we go, Lin? Oh, is that GT maybe?
It's switching to the bomb, so
yeah, it's gonna be the back of desert, and then hopefully GT.
Yeah, that's totally seems viable at this point. And yeah, this is gonna be a crystal grab as well, which is nice. There's no way you're stealing the key in this moment.
So it might be a silly question at this point, but do we have the crystal goal, or do we need to do GT?
Well, first of all, every question from you is always a silly question. Second of all, we are playing Crystal Gold, yeah.
Alright. Also,
the entire tournament will be Crystal Gold.
Nice, that's pretty cool. Also, Dante just found that Desert Bicky. It was a Misery Mai, actually. And he can just, like, go back into his mirror portal and do the same that Linlin is doing right now.
Yeah. And they might be both heading into Ganon Tower after that. So yeah, that's a pretty crazy example of how convenient the mirror can make things in this game mode.
Man, hammer on that boss. I think he's just missing a poke at this point. Alright, I would say it's worth it. Even if there was a pendant. Ooh, Dante's fight looked super clean, but then he missed that last shot. But yeah, that was a good visual on how much time you can make up with a good fight versus a bad fight. Oh man, I thought Lillian was gonna go upstairs immediately.
It totally looked like it. That would have been an interesting play. And okay, interesting. Dante is actually not going back into Tartarok or Ganistar, I mean, whatsoever. Does
Did he
have
just
5 more items in there.
Did he just stun both guards with one hookshot like use? That looked pretty wack.
I'm not sure actually.
Oh man, more connectors. Oh no, Lin. Alright. Guess we're heading back to the tie room.
Yeah, he just wanted to show off some extra tile room for Shad, I'm sure.
Alright. In my opinion, good decision by Dante not checking the rest of that cave like the other entrances.
Yeah, it's a one-way connector. It's pretty easy that connector just ends up being like forgotten sometimes in this game mode. So as long as they just remember to go back and check that later, unless they of course find where it connects to. You're gonna see a mirror here at the race game as well in order to get that small key and also check this entrance.
Yeah, that's one of the traps when you're new to entrance, or like especially cross keys and stuff. Checking that one entrance on the left side of race game, you just forget about that. That's the other half of Super Bunny Cave.
So right side Ganon's tower.
Nothing.
Basically
right.
nothing. Gonna see a key grab here and then I'm guessing a death warp. Because by taking a death warp here and not going full rain, that is how you can route Ganon's tower with only 2 small keys. Because going right side now didn't cost them any keys whatsoever. It cost you 1 key to go full left, check all those chests on the way up there, and then it costs you 1 key to climb the tower in order to get all of those chests.
You know what could be big? If there's a useful item in that big chest here in GT.
Yeah, that's a pretty annoying spot for Dante at this point.
And he looks like he's more interested in the back of Skullwoods, which Lillian already did. Ooh, get some ether here. That's rarely seen, I guess.
And there's her glove, so that's really good news for for Linlin. Only unfortunate part is that they have isolated a number of spots already, which require the gloves. So we'll see how long it takes before you start checking them again.
Oh man, Dante's not having luck with the modular fight right now.
That's pretty crazy. Took more than an entire half magic bar in order to get the job done, because he was just hugging the spikes.
Do you remember where we found that ether medallion, by the way?
I'm not sure actually.
Good. Good that I'm not alone with that. Because that might be interesting, because it's needed for Misery Maya, and
yeah.
Linlin has not checked out that area yet.
Okay, so we're gonna get the dream of having something here in the big chest of Gannis Tower. Well, it was something, but not anything good.
Right, we're gonna see that beautiful layout of Skywoods. Which always is, no matter what drop down you pick, it's gonna be the wrong one.
Yeah, well, luckily we don't really need to rely on them too much, because we already cleared the back of Skullwoods, so we could just grab the key here and then check those chests on the left side of the front part no matter what. We're also going to see that connector, which is going to be in the back of Skullwoods, which one that is. Oh, this is kind of the crappy layout of the front of the Skullwoods though. So all the Skullwoods entrances are, all of them except for the back part, is just randomized with each other. Because there's so many drop downs and different entrances leading to them.
And see, he's lucky here. He drops down and he gets that, like, I guess now back part of Skywoods. Like, usually you would just end up in that other part again.
Yeah, well,
like
the only reason he got that is because he already had the keys, so he didn't need to find that. So Linden actually decided to just skip climbing the tower for now, which I can totally see. Not going out of your way of just doing that right away, but it would have been interesting. It would definitely, especially if you like feel behind or anything like that, that would have been a play that most people might not do early on.
Oh no, that's the connector we already found a minute ago.
Yeah, and he can't go back now because of the layout in Skullwood, so he's gonna have to mirror and walk back to the Dark World portal. So at least he has Dark World access, so it's not gonna be too annoying.
So there's a couple of questions in chat. So where's Hera entrance? Hera entrance is next to Ice Road Cave, under the rock. And Bo is in that spot where Linlin is gonna head now. So you will see it like in a minute.
Yeah, that's gonna be a great pickup. Oh yeah, that's definitely one of the reasons why you didn't climb the tower.
Yeah.
Kind of know for that. Well, you
know that you mentioned it. Alright, also this is gonna be our first look at Village of Outcast, right?
Yeah.
So that's pretty exciting.
Always nice to have the hammer first time going in here, so you don't accidentally forget that house with the hammer pegs.
Yeah. Maybe it's not as exciting as I thought it would be. Just get a bunch of shops. Probably another ferry in here or something.
Yeah, this is the new shopping mall.
Man. Ooh, we see back of his cape, which we still don't know if Dante did that or not.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess he did not.
He didn't.
That's good that he doesn't need bombos.
Yeah. One way or another, we do not need bombos.
Oh, we have a connector cave here though.
Yeah, and Dante is checking this right away. You can hookshot through that bumper, but you cannot get back if you don't have the cape. Luckily, Dante has the flute, so it could just flute away instead. I'm not sure where Linden is.
Oh, he's gonna do Ice Palace.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that makes sense, because he can clear it, why not?
Yeah, for sure. If you have a dungeon you can full clear, that usually tends to be a good play. Unfortunately, he's not really gonna get anything good in here, except for like a pod key. Don't even know where pod is yet. Guess pod and Eastern is the two dungeons we haven't seen whatsoever so far.
What is this connector even called that Dante's in? Well, that's a good question. I just know that it's the one where you like mirror somewhere on Laser Bridge, I think, right?
Yeah, it's the ferry connector on East of Mountain. Leads from the light side of Laser Bridge to like the bottom of East of Mountain.
It's kind of like that single connector that does not have a name. Also, we found another big key that is boots locked here on that library, which is
two boots locked one
on East of Mountain as well. So you know what I kind of want to see? Someone go back to that Misery Maya area and check Misery Maya entrance. I can't remember Maya Shed exactly, but I think we left some items in there, and mirror over to that desert entrance.
Yeah. So we've seen the desert and okay, no, not the main one. The one you need the book for normally, yeah.
Yeah, you can mirror over there.
Yeah, and Marshed was King's Tomb, I believe.
Right. Looks like Dante's also more interested in that single rupee. Not too happy about it, leaves immediately. Let's have that Dark World shopping mall open.
Yeah, there's definitely lots of options open still for both our runners.
Yeah, Dante deciding to go to Thieves Town. I forgot that. I just know there was some important item here.
Yeah, it was the Swamp Small Key was in here.
Right.
So it's gonna be a nice pickup. If we can win it down, I guess. Who knows? For all we know, Swamp could just be a pendant and like the dam is behind Gannis Tower or something.
I think we still have not seen like a single map check or anything yet, right?
That sounds about right.
So we don't even know what entrances we still need to find or anything like that.
Yeah, the only crystals we know so far, except for the ones they've already gotten, is the 5-6 ones, which is Eastern and Desert.
Yep. Alright, Dante will be able to check that spy cave, which is in pod entrance.
Yeah, and with half magic is not going to be really a problem to go back out again if he decides to do that, or can use same quid and flute or whatever he wants to. Linen getting bullied a little bit by one of those freezers.
Yeah, I think like usually you don't mess with them because you just fire at them immediately when they come out of the wall. But if you happen to not do that, they're like the worst enemies in this game, right?
Yeah, they're like super slow sometimes, and sometimes they're like really fast.
Yeah, they just like have standing speed or something, and they just charge at you. You can't do anything about it. Yeah, I think there was nothing in Spy Cave, if I saw that correctly.
Yeah, it was just 50 rupees, so if the best thing for Lin Lin would be to never return there. See, in terms of entrances, definitely have a couple more for Dante that he can mirror to.
Yeah.
Or like a bunch actually. There's plenty of ones we can mirror to at the moment. But we also have like a couple of entrances that are not blocked by the mirror, like on the Dark Sank and Curiosity Shop, Dark Lumberjack, and so on. You mentioned the Dark Shopping Mall as well, which is the shopping mall is something that is usually a reference in entrance. It's basically Ice Road Cave area and Dark Ice Road Cave area. So that's the second crystal grab for Linen.
Yeah, and I imagine he will find Hera sometime soon and get his third one and the mirror.
Yeah, that would be a great find.
He still does not have the flute though, which is kind of an issue, I would say.
Yeah, and it's kind of awkward because the easiest way to get back to Hera right now would be to have the flute, so you can just flute over there. And the easiest way to get a flute is to have the mirror, so you can just save and quit to Maya and mirror to go grab the flute.
Yeah, see, I was gonna say a good route might be do the Dark World shopping mall and then mirror over to Hera, but that doesn't make any sense since the mirror is in Hera.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit hard to do.
Yeah, he looks a bit confused though, like thinking about what do I do now. It looks like he's deciding to go into that Skywoods area, so here we are. Dante giving us some new information here, that Dark Witch Heart and possibly Catfish right after. Ooh, that's another connector, alright.
Yeah, I think that I believe we know where that should lead to. I think it should lead to like
the Lake Hylia thing.
Yeah, north of Lake Hylia.
Alright, yeah. Yeah, I think so too. Because we've seen every other entrance, and that one was still dark and unexplored. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Catfish, what do you got for us today? Small key to desert. Okay, that's
All right.
that could be good.
Yeah, that's
Unlock
not a bad
two
small key.
items.
I think that might also have been like one of the last small keys that we kind of really wanted to see.
Yeah. A couple of more to pod in here for sure. I'm not sure exactly how many we have for pod. But
Yeah, I think Dante found a couple, like 2 or 3 of them.
yeah.
But Lin did not, as far as I remember.
Yeah, in Tetrock we only really need one small key since we know where Lace Bridge is. And I guess the only other small keys that would open up anything would be a small key for Castle Tower, would open up the what's it called? The Lumberjack, as soon as we get boots.
Kakariko Well, yes.
Yeah, and I guess then we also have the Tower of Hera one. So Lennon is checking this connector. It doesn't have the mirror, so it can't really do what Dante did. And okay, that doesn't really give us anything substantial, but at least it's convenient for Lennon, who can just go back into the Dark World again. And here we have Eastern. Full clearable crystal. Seems good.
It's even a 5/6 crystal, but I think we already know that the Pyramid Ferry like bombable wall is nothing, so...
Did we get a hint for that?
Yeah, I can't remember what it said. I think it just leads to a regular ferry or something.
So Kingston having a shield. And we get another small key for pod in Eastern, so that's pretty nice. Never sad to see small key for pod.
Alright, Dante, are you gonna mirror over to Desert?
Yeah, looks like it.
Nice. Man, the first time I figured this out, I felt like a genius. But it's like standard entrance stuff, I guess. Big key to Swamp.
There's a big key for Swamp, which makes both of those boost lock big keys a lot more likely to be required.
Yeah. I mean, there's only really one left that's like not important, which is Skullwoods, right?
Yeah. But there's also a Super Strip and then somewhere.
Man, you know what would help really much right now? Boots for someone. That would be pretty good. Pretty good find.
There's a hint for big key, or for the big chest of Ganna's Tower, which is going to be nice for Dante.
There's our 2-rock big key, so I think that's only 3 big keys left that we don't know, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Meyer and Skullwoods, right?
Yes.
And now that is finally checking the back of escape. Probably relieved to see that it's nothing important. So, speaking of tow truck, he's actually gonna head in there, check the front part, which was really nothing of importance, if I remember correctly.
Yep, that's correct. What dungeon entrances have we not seen yet? I think we are still missing Pod. We don't know where the dam is to open Swamp, and that's about it, right?
Yep, that's about it. For Dante.
So really,
oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so really missing that Pod entrance right now, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, for Dante, he still needs to find Eastern as well, but he
Yeah, but then also Lilin needs to find Hera too, so they're kind of equal on dungeon finds, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. And Hera is pretty major at the moment since it holds the mirror.
Okay.
There's
We do get a book though.
Yeah, we do have Master Source, so we have access to check those tablets, or well, Linlin does not have access to any of those tablets until they have the mirror, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, that is a very helpful
information.
Actually, both Swamp and Feast Town is pendants, which is actually kind of good news because we're still missing stuff to beat those dungeons.
So what are we missing here then? Is it just the Mizrumaya Big Key and the pod entrance?
I think so, honestly. So Linlin might actually be able to potentially skip the mirror this race if they're lucky.
I mean, it still needs to clear Hera though, because it's a crystal, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. And we probably need Boots as well, because Boots is blocking 2 big keys, so it's pretty likely is blocking the Meyer big key, but not necessarily.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that pod entrance is over in that Dark World shopping mall, and Boots is also in there. I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds pretty reasonable. Definitely have.
Maybe it's just over here. Let's see. No, not quite. All right.
Well, seeing the routing that Linlin is doing at the moment, kinda, or maybe it's actually gonna head to Village of Outcast. Never mind. I thought it was gonna head like to Dark Sank and then just jump over, take that portal down to.
Did we check the Dark World Lumberjack?
No, I don't think anyone has checked that yet. So Linlin not checking that connector yet, which is actually good news because you kind of get trapped by doing that.
Damn, he's still missing that GT Big Key, which
Yeah. It was in Spiral Cave, but I don't remember where Spiral Cave was.
Yeah. I think it was on like the lowest cave on West Dark Death Mountain. You know that bottom left one.
Okay, yeah.
Why didn't Linlin climb GT with the big key? Because he didn't have bow yet when he went in there.
Yeah, climbing GT at this point though, now when he's heading down here, is gonna get a couple of items and head towards that entrance. Wouldn't definitely not be unreasonable to do it, but at the same time, it would totally be a fair play to just skip it for now as well. It's quite a time commitment to do that. It's basically like clearing out a pendant. You're like doing a dungeon, but not getting a crystal from it. Get 5 items from doing it, so it's not really like a good pendant even.
So is this the first time we see digging game? I think it is, right?
I think.
I'm not sure if
Well-
Dante did that actually. I know we checked
think-
race game.
Yeah, it feels like he should have done that, but I honestly can't remember him doing it.
Alright.
Okay, apparently he did do it. Maybe we just like.
It's just so hard to keep track of everything.
Maybe we
Really,
just,
I'll-
like suppressed it because it was just nothing good. You had to dig for like an eternity just to get free bombs. So Dante is gonna find Eastern now. Also gonna get a pretty nice hint for him at least.
Yeah,
That
that would
getting
put some weight
the
off of his
knowledge
mind.
not to go back. Yeah, because that chest is like super isolated for him at the moment. And he doesn't even have the big key though.
Well, I think Lillian is gonna finish up Tira.
That makes sense. He knows where all the pendants is, so he knows this is gonna be a crystal. He does have enough keys that he could have just went to the big chest entrance and gotten that chest before going to Trine Exile. But after beating this, is actually gonna put him to right next to Lake Hylia, so maybe that leads him into Hera.
Oh man, I don't know. No,
One can
I'm not
prove
sure.
it.
I'm not sure if we will see that.
It's all calculated, 100%.
But yeah, meanwhile Dante in Eastern right now, getting that Staffos room done, which when I didn't run the game, I was always like super confused on what's happening in that room. But it just makes so much sense when you like played the game a little bit.
Yeah. Ooh, okay, gotta be a little bit careful here using the red potion. So the hard part is kind of over here, and a Trinex, which should be well, takes a few hits, but still has plenty of health left. Switching over to Hammer. The Hammer does way more damage than the Master Sword does.
Alright, let's see if your dream comes true or not.
Oh, it's all gonna happen. I can feel it.
I mean, it would even work out if he's gonna go into that like Hyrule Castle and go through the other entrance, right?
Yeah.
Like, even just that would be like super good for him right now.
Oh no, he's gonna check this connector instead.
Where
So
did
that's
that?
gonna
Oh,
take
that leads to
him
Dark
to-
Witch Head, right?
Yeah, which, well, maybe that's a play to get him to get to the dark shopping mall, which could be, which is pretty much our best option to find Pod at the moment.
Yeah, but still not really what he needs, I would say, right? I mean, wouldn't be too bad, but it's also not like priority number one. Yeah, you cannot pick that up yet, Lyndon.
Well, not with that attitude at least.
Alright, now Dante has the book though, and he has access to all the tablets. So maybe we see them on his side. While Linlin picked up that desert small key from Catfish, which also helps, I guess, if he ever decides to go back into desert. Maybe boots are in there.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
That would be pretty funny.
Quite devious, right?
Yeah. Okay, we are gonna see the dark shopping mall here.
Alright, finally. I've been waiting for this for like an hour now.
Yeah, it feels like something should be here.
There's always something down here, right?
I don't know if I will get that far, but see a K with a storyteller. So if you're wondering where we're talking to the storyteller is in what's it called? In entrance, when you talk to a storyteller, they actually give you hints. You also have to pay 20 rupees in order to get the hint, and you get a free refill every health as well.
Ooh.
Here's a dam. Okay, we can now go into a pendant dungeon and full clear it, but a pendant dungeon with 10 items is still pretty decent. Especially
and a free item.
Yeah.
That's lying in the water. We see Graveyard Ledge here on Dante's side. That's also new. Alright, nothing.
Oh, and there's a big key. Oh, it's for skull boots. Okay, so we know we're gonna need to find boots now in order to get that big key from Meyer.
Yup. And we still have no idea where Pod is hiding. At this point, it might be one of the boot spots, right?
Yeah, definitely could be.
Ooh, also I think Linlin is gonna head back to that Misery Maya area through that connector down here. Oh, no, he's going somewhere else. Oh, it's Swamp Palace, obviously. Alright. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, and there's the boots in the big chest of Tartarok.
Oh no, that's bad news actually for Linlin.
Yeah, that's very isolated for him. Okay, so that means we're actually in no mode at the moment. As soon as we find Pod, I guess, is our last missing piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, so what is Dante still missing? Only that Misery. I mean, he knows where at least where one key is, right? No, he knows both. Linlin only knows about one key actually, because he still does not have that mirror, so he did not mirror on that right, like Easteth Mountain side.
But I don't think Dante has done the map check in order to be able to tell which dungeons are crystals at this moment. So he might think he needs... Well, it shouldn't really matter too much, because he should be pretty set almost either way. Because if he thinks he needs the Feast on the Key, well, he knows where two of them are. In his mind, one of them could be GT Big Key, but we know it's not going to turn out to be that.
I mean, at this point, what do? You just do a map check out, I guess, and figure out what you need?
Yeah, a map check would totally make sense, and then just like start clearing out what you can, right, and hope that you've... I don't know. He should be sad. I think he has the maps for it. So if he just does a map check, he should know that he's pretty much in go. I think.
I mean, even if he doesn't, he can. You would still just go and grab the big keys and do the dungeons you can do, right?
Yeah.
And you might start with Thieves Town because it's like right next to that 5 flute spot. But then after that, what do you do? Misery Maya, finish that up real quick? I don't know. Because he still has no idea where the dam is. He does not know where Pod is. So there's not really that much option going on.
Mm-hmm.
But
He's gonna be spit out right next to one of those bonk rocks at the Link's house, which he could check as well. He knows he needs to still find Pod somewhere, or well, he doesn't necessarily knows it's a crystal yet, but Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what Dante decides to go for here.
Yeah, but he's on good pace, I would say.
Okay,
1 hour 45 minutes. It's pretty good.
He did do a map check, but unfortunately he was in Light World and he already has defeated all the Light World dungeons.
Dante, you have the flute! Alright. Oh, he's going to desert. Oh, checking that. Oh, he's getting the big key, obviously.
Yeah,
right.
he's grabbing the big key. He knows he's super close to being go mode one way or another.
Alright, and we will find out if that's the misery. If this is the misery mile big key, this is still looking good for Lin Lin, right? Because he does not know about the other key.
Yeah, this would be a lot better if this is the Maya big key.
And I mean,
for Lin Lin's sake.
I mean, even if this is displayed as like a 1v1, we know it's not, because it's just a qualifier race with lots of people. So even if Lin Lin like loses this race, that doesn't mean he's like out or anything, right? So we just hope that this is the Maya big key now, I guess.
And it is the Feast one. Wow, that's a bit unfortunate.
Alright, so Lin Lin really needs to go to Hera and get that mirror.
Yeah.
Because then he can still find out about that library big key if he goes like all the way around on top of Death Mountain. And I guess Dante's gonna do Thieves Town now, unless he does a map check and realizes what's going on here.
Yeah, he's going into the Dark World, so we might see a map check before he enters here. And there we go. He knows he should go grab that other big key.
Yeah, he's like, oh no, not doing Thieves Town. Alright.
Yeah, he's probably happy he did that map check before he entered. So yeah, that's like 100% no mode. And soon to be go mode for Dante.
Yeah, that's a pretty good pace, actually.
Yeah, this is looking to be a really good time. Let's see, he needs to beat Meyer, he needs to find Pod and beat that, and that's about it. And Pod cannot beat too many places right now. There is a small risk, I guess, that he might have to do get the mids.
Yeah, for like hammer packs or something, or that ice palace entrance.
An ice palace. Yeah, there's two entrances basically, where Pod could be behind the mids, which would be gross. And I'm not sure what Dante is doing, because this was not the connector, right? Or maybe I'm just misremembering.
This is a connector, but oh yeah, this also works, I guess. It brings him up on that floating island, and then he can just mirror over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that works. Alright.
So we'll give him another big key as well.
I mean, yeah, sure, why not?
Maybe he like mismarked some of his connectors, so he was thinking this was the way up to
I'm just confused. I'm just so confused because he like couldn't know that, right? So I think he's just equally confused.
And now, no, you should jump down, Dante. You were right next to it.
I mean, maybe Pod is in Hera.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Well, we found Tempered Sword here in left side swarm.
Again, I'm just confused what Dante is doing.
Maybe Pod is in Ether Tablet.
It could be like doing some extra checks on the way in order to try and get the mids.
Oh, I thought boost his collection rate artificially. But yeah, maybe he's just looking for mids. I mean, that also makes sense. But
yeah,
then again, he
definitely
could have also checked that other entrance, which was like right there.
Yeah, So if I were Dante at this point, I think it would make sense to check, like, to try and find pod before like start going and stuff. Just in case, so you know if you need emits or not.
I mean, Mizuma, he can just grab the big chest and kill Vitreous, I guess.
Yeah, I guess like doing Meyer won't be too much slower if you just go grab the big chest first. And there's emits, okay. Now we're in.
Alright. Yeah, that's pretty much go, I guess. We
Yeah,
just
it
need to
shouldn't be
find out
anything
where pod is.
that it can stop you now.
Lin picking up his fire shield out of the Maya shed. Really needs to go over to that one rock in the Ice Rock Cave.
Mm-hmm. He is heading towards his boots though.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He's planning on going to that Third Rock Big Chest. So that's good news. That's one of the items he's gonna need for Gomu. Probably gonna be a little bit disappointed of seeing the boots here though. No, what are you?
What's up?
That's good. Did he skip? Okay, never mind.
I'm so confused.
Okay, never mind.
He did everything in T-Rock, yes.
Yeah, the restream kind of buffered for me, so it looked like he just skipped that chest.
Oh, alright.
I was very confused.
Alright, he's gonna find his mitts as well, so this is still not looking too bad for him, to be honest. If he goes to Hera next. But yeah, Dante in super good shape here. I think, like, as a runner, this is kind of as good as it gets for an entrance seed.
Yeah, it's definitely not being too bad, especially the way Dante has run it. It's been really easy.
But yeah, I also want Jacob and Shadow saying swords or silvers would be nice, but it's not needed. So
yeah,
I think Dante's gonna be fine.
Yeah, that would be a nice bonus for him if he managed to get one of those. There's still one sword somewhere, and silvers could basically be anywhere. So Ganon is in the Lost Woods. He's hiding out, or maybe he just got lost. Can't find his way back home. See some damage boost stress here from Dante. Lennon not gonna be very happy finding Nike getting some rage slashes in, because that would have been good for him if that was the Meyer one, but now he still needs to find the Meyer big key, which he needs the mirror in order to get. I guess actually he doesn't need a mirror to get a big key.
No, he
but it would kind of help him to get to it faster, I guess, maybe.
I think he needs the mirror to get that one.
Oh yeah, because he can't get to the top of Death Mountain without the mirror.
Yeah, like there's no way unless unless that upper entrance to Paradox Cave is another connector that we have not seen yet. Maybe he finds Pod here, and then this will give him a little bit of time again, or maybe just loses time.
So did Dante never check the top of Paradox Cave?
I think he didn't.
Yeah, it makes sense if he didn't, because he's heading back up here again. Just surprised why he...
I mean, there's still 2 other caves that he has not checked, which are drop downs
Oh yeah,
from
that's
that
fair.
middle section.
He's also gonna shake Turtle Rock, because he never took that connector.
Yeah, he never got spat out like Linla did, right? Out of that T-Rock entrance.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's spot. Alright. I mean, that's not good for Linlin right now, because he's gonna clear a bunch. I hope he doesn't waste all his keys right now. Maybe he's just gonna, like, save scum them.
Yeah, I imagine he is definitely gonna kill the boss here. With the knowledge that he has. Would be highly surprised if he just didn't do that.
And Dante's gonna check these 2 drop downs.
Yeah, and then
Maybe Ice
he doesn't
Palace.
have... Yeah, could be. He doesn't have many options left at the very least. He will find Pod sooner rather than later, one way or another.
And there's actually 2 entrances, 3 oh no, it's 4 actually, left on my map that we have not checked across both of these players. Which is that Dark Lumberjack, we have Ice Palace, Hammer Packs, and GT, so... I mean, GT doesn't make any sense.
Looks like we are gonna go for the Ice Palace one though.
Yes, yeah, I would have done the same, because it's like right there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those few extra checks in order to get the meds kind of worked into bad part for Dante here, because now he's checking a lot of entrances that he didn't really have to.
Is this Dark Lumberjack? Come on, Dante.
So we have our first finisher of the race, Feremi, with a 1:58.08, which is... It's always impressive when people get sub 2 hours in Crossworld Keysanity. Dante was on a good pace to get it. He's kind of
Unlucky right now.
a little bit trolled in one way, a little bit self-troll almost from this last entrance, but it's with like only 1 entrance left. You basically just gambling on like, okay, where is it?
Oh, maybe he finds Silver or a sword in here, I guess. That's why he turned around, I would imagine. This is not where you want to start for these dark bone rocks.
Yeah. Looks like we're gonna see Kingston first. Hey, we're gonna get silvers.
And we have our second finisher here, which is In the Name of DT with a 1:59.24. That's also a pretty good time. No, Linlin. Go back to that shopping mall, dude. Oh, that's so unfortunate. It's just... Man, see that? It's just like just that one entrance and you have so much other stuff to do. It just really did not work out for him. I don't know. It's super unlucky.
Yeah.
But that's just how things go sometimes. I mean,
it's so isolated, and it's like you have so many other options at the moment. But he knows he's still looking for an entrance, as well as the big key for Hera, or big key for Meyer. So he's definitely gonna keep checking entrances. So
yeah.
maybe that will take him over there. And not too long. In the meanwhile, Dante just found Pod, so he is not gonna almost clear anything here. He's just gonna grab convenient chest here and then head to the boss and actually get his silvers there as well. So he can skip the silverless part at least.
Yeah, which is pretty huge with just Master Sword, I would say.
Yeah, definitely a nice time difference.
Yeah, like if you have tempered, it's nice to have, but like you get used to doing silverless tempered. But with Master Sword, you kind of really want these silvers.
Yeah, we also had a third finisher as well, Goomba getting third. So we had 3 people actually in this race getting sub 2 hours. Pretty wild.
I mean, there wasn't really that much trolley in this seat, I would say, right? Just kinda more or less fortunate, depending on how you route things, but nothing that was like, oh yeah, that got me, that was like behind 7 connectors or something.
Yeah. Yeah, overall I would say this is a pretty nice seed, but every entrance seed has the opportunity or the chance of being just pretty gross if you just make a few missteps here and there.
Alright, looks like that's it for Linlin's pod adventure. Let's see where he goes. I mean, that's a good starting point, so hopefully he just heads down to that one entrance.
Oh, he's dashing down towards there, but he's probably checking
the desert
item.
entrance?
I was gonna say the item from the end.
Yeah, maybe that too. Maybe both.
Yeah, could be both. Kinda looks like it is, unfortunately. There's Dante collecting his 7 crystal and also getting the silvers. It's gonna be a really fast track to get to Ganon after this. All you basically need to do is mirror and float to free, head up to the forest, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Which is pretty interesting. A big difference from a normal mode and entrance is how fast go mode is. Because usually you only have like 1 dungeon left to do. You just go mode that, or go beat the boss if you already dipped it earlier, and then you just head straight to Ganon.
But yeah, Linlin finally heading to Hera over here, which is very good news for him. I mean, considering he did the entirety of Swamp Palace, which was absolutely not needed, I think he's still on pretty good pace right now.
Yeah, I think he's in a good spot.
Ooh, Dante getting that down-looking Ganon here. But you know, that's one not so fortunate thing for Linlin right now. I think he found that Hera small key, didn't he?
Yeah, looks like it. So he's gonna be doing the basement. So even though Linlin finally found this dungeon, yeah, it's not go mode yet because we still need the big key. And the mirror opens up a lot of stuff. So we'll see where Linlin decides to go first with that mirror. Death Mountain is kind of interesting because Death Mountain unlocks a lot of entrances, but also higher. Yeah, I wonder, does Dante still have any potions left?
I have no idea, but that was kind of a close call there for a second. Also, I like that he has exactly 4 arrows for that last phase. That's
better than
well
this.
calculated. Yeah.
A lot of warps from Ganon here as well.
Yeah, that's quite some. Hello, Ganon.
Just keeps going.
Oh, no.
How long can this go on? Okay, there we go. Now you just need to see that 2 more times. No. Okay, Ganon play nice now. There's a mirror. Finally for Lin.
I think that's like an hour and 10-15 minutes after Dante found that one, right?
Sounds about right.
So this is still pretty amazing that Lin was able to keep up that much.
Uh-oh, is this... Yeah, that's a miss from the silver arrows for Dante.
Oh,
So
no.
we're gonna get a little bit of silverless action in here.
And we didn't get torch glitch, so... But I think it's not too bad.
Yeah, he has half magic, so it should be fine, but it's definitely a little bit annoying.
How many is that? Like 6 spins, I guess?
Yeah, I think so. He got... did he get 1 or 2 so far?
He got 2, that's number 3 now.
No, the torches are not in sync anymore.
Yeah, he should just wait out like a cycle, I think.
Yeah, it looks like he's going for that now.
That's number 4 and 5, and then he has to relight the torches.
Ooh, he actually managed to get a triple in there.
Alright. Well, Lilin is so close to getting his Maya Becky here.
Yeah, he's very close. Only problem is, it wouldn't be surprised to see him jump into the middle one here, because that gives you 2 entrances compared to 1.
Oh no, Lilin.
Yeah, that's super unfortunate.
I mean, he could have gotten 2 as well on the left side, because he has mids. But yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
But
GG's
anyways,
to Dante.
yeah, Dante finishing in 6th place with a time of 2 hours, 7 minutes, and 28 seconds. Hitsuan and Plasma Kappa getting the 2 spots before him. We're not... the placement doesn't really matter in the qualifiers. It's more the time, which is counted. But we'll see. We'll probably get joined by Dante here soon, and we can get some thoughts of the seed.
Yeah, I really have to go back and remember what were some like good moments.
And we're joined by Dante. GG's, dude.
Yo, thanks. GG.
Yo, GG's, man.
So what's your initial thoughts about the song?
This one, I don't know. This was probably the best one I've done almost ever. As far as entrance goes, I'm still kind of new to it, but when I got into I need to find pod for Go mode, I didn't really know where to start searching. I was really worried it was going to be Dark Shopping Mall because I'd put that off for a while and had access to it, but luckily that wasn't the case.
Yeah, it was kind of unfortunate that you almost ended up last locationing that
pod entrance, yeah.
For pod, yeah.
And I had honestly, when I did the Light World Bonk Rocks, I initially thought I should go do that one, and I was at that point it was like, no, I've got a dungeon I can clear, and then I got very, off the trail, but it all worked out, I guess. After having like my game crash and do something weird last night, I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have like just 2 qualifiers in, and they're gonna be both really bad.
Yeah, but I think this one was pretty good. Like, I said it earlier to Walter, this is like as good as you can expect a Cross Keys key to get. Like, it doesn't get much better than this, I would say.
Yeah, it felt pretty easy. I did a lot of, weird sequence breaks with Dark World. I end up doing that. I go down those rabbit trails, and that's probably where, my weaknesses in cross keys are. But sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. But it felt, pretty good being in the position I was in. I noticed, nobody had finished, and then I started looking for pod, and then everybody started finishing. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, but some of your like early exploration definitely paid off in this one. Like you got hookshot early from it. You got like the glove from Gannis Tower, which led you to getting like the mirror, while at the same time like grabbing Pearl and all that. So like, I think some of those early exploration definitely paid off in this one.
Yeah, and it's kind of, it's a dice roll gamble type thing. Just I could have went in GT and got absolutely nothing, except, wasting time. I felt really good when that glove showed up, and I thought, okay, maybe that's the mitts, and there's a glove early on, and then the longer I went without finding mitts, I thought, well, I guess that was, at one point I thought, I guess that was a good play. I saw the hint that the big key for Eastern was in GT, and I almost instantly went back, and I was like, wait a minute, I already got that. I can just keep going. I was like, I need to do right side of GT. Every time I put it off, it burns me, and then every time I don't put it off and I go back for it, it also burns me. It's kind of a lose-lose I'm always in, but,
Yeah, and one thing that was kind of nice here was none of you even had like the possibility of getting baited into doing the top up GT, because you didn't have the big key when you was in there, and Linlin didn't have the bow when he was in there.
Yeah, when the big key showed up, I got worried, and I remembered there was a big key on library ledge, and then I was looking at my map tracker thinking, oh God, where did I put library ledge? Because I mismarked it. I just marked it as an item, and once I remembered that, I knew exactly where it was. So I guess it worked out that, I got thieves, as well. I think that, I don't remember if the library ledge was Meyer or thieves. I know it was one of them, but I almost went to thieves, and when I saw that was a pendant, I'm like, wait a minute, the key could be there, but I really just need like one more thing. I don't really want to go there.
Yeah, we saw like every big key on Linlin's stream when you were still missing like 5 of them, I think. But you had the knowledge that of that library, because you had the mirror early, so you were able to like mirror over to that one entrance on East Death Mountain, right, and see that big key.
Yeah.
So that was pretty good for you. And Linlin did not have that luck, and he found every big key, and he was really hoping that big key on Desert Torch was the Maya one, and then he got that, and it was just Thieves Town, and he was kind of disappointed, followed by some rage slashes, I guess. Yeah, I mean that's just how this game goes, right? You make a decision, and sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. For you, I think worked out pretty good. Like, it could have definitely gone a lot worse. It could have also gone a little bit better, I guess, but I think it's a very good time.
Well, thanks. I've had a couple of low 2-hour, seeds like this, and I guess like anytime you're sub 230 in entrance rando or cross keys, it feels kind of okay. It never feels great, I guess, is one way to put it, but I don't know. As long as people aren't dunning ahead of you, I guess that's really what matters in the end of it. And I will say the fact that the silver arrow showed up on Helmasaur was possibly the best thing ever. I was like, all right, we're just gonna do pod, and we're gonna do it with or Ganon with Master Sword Silverless. I was like, we've got a blue potion and plenty of time. And then I totally blanked on the fact that I, chunked a bunch of arrows at Helmasaur. And then when I ran out of arrows against Ganon, I thought, oh no, I wonder how many Silverless hits I need. So it was like, I didn't do torch glitch, so at that point it was like, I really hope I don't screw this up.
Yeah, they were a little bit unsynced, the torches, for a while, but you managed to clear it up nicely in the end.
Yeah, so speaking of Ganon, how did you like that handful of warps?
Did we count them? Because I see Linlin's in now, but that I started thinking, did I break the game again? You know, is something wrong? It was so many teleports, but you know, I'm glad that's seeded because holy cow, I felt like I was wasting time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so was this like your last qualifier now? Are you set for the bracket stage?
Well, I think I'm gonna try to do one tomorrow. I talked to the admins about me having that mishap with the game crashing yesterday, and I was what happened. It was weird because I was gonna continue because I'd only lost about 30 seconds, and then I noticed when I booted the game back up, all of the chests I'd already opened were unopened. So I got like Titan's Mitts in sync where I got Power Glove, and I'm like, oh well, I can't continue. So like I just forfeited and then PM'd the mods and was like, or the admin was like, what do I do? But I was like, I don't know how I did this, but apparently I accidentally did a frame perfect trick. So I'm gonna try to squeeze one in my schedule tomorrow to get like an official fourth one in, just to see if I can improve my time a little bit overall for the 4 quals. But I don't know. It could hurt me. It could help me. We'll see.
Yeah, all right. But I think this was still a pretty good race overall. So props to you and GG's again.
Yeah, well, thanks. I guess tell Linlin GG. I'm gonna head on out and grab some food. But thank you guys for coming and putting on this restream. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, GG's, dude.
Yeah, thanks for racing.
Yeah, thanks. Take care, guys.
Yeah, and speaking of, Lindin has just finished up with and joined us as well here. GG, Lindin.
Yo, Lyndon, GG's, man. Does not want to talk to us yet? All right.
Yeah, if you're talking, we can't hear you at the moment.
Come on, Lindlin. We want to hear about that Hera.
Hello.
Hey, GG's, man.
GG.
So yeah, speaking of, how was that Hera for you?
Painful. Finding the mirror here, like reason I already take that thing at that point. I mean, the shopping mall, and in my head I'm going there when I have the mirror.
yeah, that's what we figured.
And then I had to go to Dark Tribune Mall, and I still didn't have the mirror. Like, sure, whatever. I still have a lot of stuff to do. Like, it's not that bad. Like, my time isn't that bad considering I found the mirror that late into the game.
Yeah, I think it still was pretty good considering how long you missed that mirror. And you know what else you missed? There was
the flute. I know the flute is in Logic. I know the flute is in Logic. I just don't know where it is.
It's on Desert Ledge. You want to know how you get there? It's the left exit in Hyrule Castle, which you never checked. Yeah, and there were so many occasions where we were just hoping you would like go in there, grab that flute, activate it, and flute over to Hera. And then we thought, but he kind of wants the mirror to like mirror onto the Desert Ledge, but the mirror is in the spot that's like super convenient for the flute, so it was like kind of canceling each other out. So yeah, it was quite unfortunate for you, but I still think overall a pretty nice seed. Nothing too crazy going on.
No, it's fine. I mean, no climb, like nothing.
Yeah, even though the pyramid drop down was Kakariko well, right?
wasn't pyramid. It was actually
oh yeah,
Aghanim.
Aga. Right.
It was Aghanim, and we found I found the castle that was smoky. So I wasn't even considering that at any point. That's the thing.
Yeah, but I think you found that second key super
Yeah,
late.
I have it. Yeah, true.
But yeah, so I guess you can kind of be happy that you did not get baited into doing Aga at this point. For that Mizumaya big key.
The thing is, like, I know, like, when I did my math check, like, I had no crystal, but I had the 2 remaining pendants. I was like, sure, okay, I know now. And I was like, I'm just gonna look for those dungeons first. I mean, I knew I had the rocks, but at this point I already had orphaned them, right? So that was something I would have checked at the end. So I mean, I'm not even mad about what happened. I got randalled, kinda.
Yeah, I mean, I said it to Walter as well during the race or during the end of the race. It's like one location down there in that corner that's like super inconvenient to go to without the flute, I guess. And you have so much other stuff to do. Like, you can't really blame yourself, right, for not doing that. I think it was a good race. I don't know.
I mean,
stuff like this just happens.
You saw me at some point. I went to ice when I got my glove because I actually thought the flute would be in there. Like,
yeah,
that's why I went there. That's why I went there. Like,
yeah, I guess that makes sense. And then the flute wasn't in there, and you were like, "Oh, that's awkward now."
Yeah, that's the reason I went to ice so early. I wanted the flute, and I knew it wasn't logic because I went into that mountain and got the hook shot, and then I got the pearl and the lamb. Was like, that's not how it's supposed to work. I'll take it, but that's not how it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
Another thing though, I mean, like, my PC crashed at the end. I'm missing a bit part of me going to Ganon. That's it. I don't know how, like, the admins are gonna consider that. I made sure I restarted the stream before I dropped Ganon. That's one thing.
I think it was. I mean, I can just speak for myself because I'm not an admin, obviously. But I think it was a reasonable time you got back to Ganon. So I think
I actually stopped. I was in front of the bush. I stopped and I made sure I restarted my stream. Like, what else could I do?
Yeah, I don't think that should be too much of a problem.
I mean, it wasn't like you went into Maya and then all of a sudden the Ganon fight was over or something, right? So, as I say, it was like, no, it wasn't. That's what I'm saying. It was like a reasonable time to get there, right? So it's all good.
All right.
At least on my end, I guess. But yeah, pretty fun race to watch, to be honest, because both of you guys did like completely different things right from the get-go, and it was kind of interesting to see that it worked out for both parts for a long time.
Let's not speak about my laser bridge. I'm feeling very bad about it.
Oh yeah, but there were parts of the race where you were like super ahead on, like entrances checked and all that, while Dante was, double dipping Ice Palace and doing other stuff. So I, for my part, thought you were in pretty good shape for a while. But then, yeah, you kind of never went to Hera. There was like that one thing that really set you back. Like, I would say these 20 minutes that you,
I mean, in the end, the only thing that was lucky on the mirror was my Meyer Biki.
Yeah.
And like when I dropped, when I got the mirror, I took the connector, went back on top of that mountain, checked the middle exits, and I actually canceled it, 7 quitting at that one. I was like, let's just check what's on the other. I mean, the other tablet, Hera entrance, and then like, since I'm here, I'm just gonna drop here and not do the whole loop, even though I know how to get there in the Dark World so I can mirror. I'll just drop here right now. I was like, big key in the library. Okay.
Yeah, kind of unfortunate that you found every big key, and then the desert one was not the Mizumaya big key.
Yeah, at some point I was actually the reason I went into spawn as well. I was looking for the boots. I was actually looking for the boots because I wanted that big key. I wanted some more entrances as well, but I was looking for boots. Basically.
Yeah, just turned out that the big key you needed was also boots locked, but in a different spot.
Yep.
But yeah, this was a solid finish for both of the people here on the restream. Both of you, according to the standings right now, actually climbed several places from this.
Did I?
Yeah, you were at 32 before this started, and at the moment you're at 26.
Oh, really? I thought it was a bad race since the top finishers are actually like so far ahead, in my opinion. But my first race was kind of bad, so I guess that makes it. All right. I mean, I was expecting to be somewhere in top 32 and not being bad about it. I mean, there's still some qualifiers happening. There's 2 more, right?
Yeah, we have 2 more, and if anyone is still interested in joining the tourney, there is a requirement of having 2 finished qualifiers. So if you haven't done any, gotta get them in now, because there's only 2 qualifiers left. There's one tomorrow, and then there's one on Monday.
All right.
But yeah, thank you so much for the race, Lin, and also GG's again to Dante and to you as well. And thank you so much for doing this with me, Walter. I was really looking forward to this. It was a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah, same, dude.
I was trying to find a way to troll you in my file name, and I didn't think about anything else. Like, I wanted something else. But sure, I'll take.
I mean,
unironic.
I like that. But yeah, thanks so much, everyone. And yeah, I don't know if Shadow Magi has something to say as well at the end here.
Jess is going to let people know that their next qualifier is tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern, as well as a bunch of other stuff, but I will let the streamer I'm going to send you all over to tell you about all that.
Yeah, well, thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you next time.
Yo, see ya.